Alright everybody, my name's Adam or Fox, and I was gonna wait till tomorrow to make this video because I am super tired. However, I wanted to make it before these thoughts left my mind. This video I'm gonna be reviewing, hopefully as spoiler-free as possible, Dragon Ball Z Battle of Gods. Just came out in theaters. It's most likely in any area going to be a special one-time showing. For my area, it was last night at a local theater. Last night to when you're seeing it, right a few hours ago for me. And it was a great experience overall. I went with my fiance Chu. We honestly didn't expect anybody to really be there. I was kind of expecting an empty theater, and instead people were struggling to find seats for their groups. It was packed. There was a lot of people there, a lot of people really hyped for the movie and cheering at different points and clapping. It was kind of like going to watch like in a small theater, like when we went to watch The Room or something when I was in high school. There was a Master Roshi cosplay, and then there was a bunch of people in the Goku symbol shirt. So the experience was great, although the audio kept skipping every 10 minutes or so. It was really weird. That's on the theater side, that's obviously not on the film, but it didn't take away from it too much. There was just one point when Goku said something about Super Saiyan, and he said "Su," and then there was no sound for like 30 seconds, and people were just like, what? The movie was awesome. I enjoyed my time with it. It was great to watch. It was a great time, and overall I have nothing but good things to say about it. However, it does make me a little sad for the things that it implies. First things first though, production quality, fantastic. Much better than some of the original DBZ stuff. Great audio, great picture quality. Most of the voice actors were either the original ones or ones that sounded not too far from it. Videl sounded really weird, and Bulma's voice actor, especially when she was supposed to be drunk. Again, no spoilers, but that's just something in the movie. Was really annoying. But the rest of them were just about right. You could tell some of them were different, but they weren't awful. Like they weren't. It's not a bad dub by any means. Chu said that Hercule sounded really weird. To me, he sounded just the same. However, he looked weird. Like his skin was much darker than usual, and Videl looked entirely different from the anime. Like Videl looked half her age from the anime and like half her size. She was given no implication of having any sort of fighting or flying ability like she did in the anime, and she just looked like a kid, which was really odd given something which I'm not going to spoil that happened in the film that implies that she's pretty well grown adult. It was also interesting, there were a couple things involving people trying to access the Dragon Balls and their ages, which I almost felt like was a reference to GT, almost like making fun of Dragon Ball GT or something. It was really interesting. I don't know if they were doing that on purpose, but I caught on to it. It was kind of interesting. Now, overall, what I meant by the implications is that I was kind of excited, especially knowing how great of a production job they could do with this film, that this might mean that we get some more Dragon Ball Z related content out. However, honestly, it gave off the impression that it was more a tribute to Dragon Ball Z than a like renewal. Like instead of being a movie saying, "Hey guys, we're back. Look what we can do with Dragon Ball Z now." Dragon Ball Z. It was more like, "Hey guys, remember Dragon Ball Z? That was fun. Here's some more of it." But yeah, that was fun. Those were some good times. And it was more of like an extended OVA instead of a full feature film. Which, I mean, most of the movies are OVAs, but it was more like so much of the movie was just pure fan service and a lot less of a core thing. And like there wasn't even major super conflict like in regular Dragon Ball Z movies. It was more just joking around. And like I said, there was a lot of fan service as far as like within the first few minutes of the movie, someone or one of the characters references that 26 minutes is your average anime episode length, and just goofy things like that. Not a bad thing. I mean, the fan service was great. The fan service is what we were there for. The entire movie was fan service. We as fans wanted Dragon Ball Z content after not getting it for a very long time. It was given to us in English. That was pretty cool. Not complaining about it. I'm just saying it felt much more like a tribute than a hey, we're back. And so that made me a little disappointed because I was excited for a potential of, hey, we're back. That being said, there were some various bits of the lore that were referenced that actually sets up the possibility for future content if they wanted. And that's something they've always done with the Dragon Ball universe, especially with the way that with movies and OVAs, they just kind of pick a random point in time and like, okay, this movie's going to take place at this point in the series and be totally irrelevant to the actual series. And that's what this movie did as well, although it was definitely post-Z and pre-GT, like it fit perfectly there, even though they couldn't actually reference anything GT because that's not their production. But a lot of, like, they just randomly picked Cell Saga or Android Saga for a lot of the films before, or then it didn't always make sense. This one at least made sense, just pretending GT didn't exist. But there were some things referenced in the lore that did potentially set things up for various directions they could go. However, more than likely, they're not going to go there. And again, I'm trying to avoid spoilers, so I don't want to say too much, but there were some things referenced with multiple universes that could also apply back to future Trunks and Teen Trunks and various things that could actually make for some really interesting stories and movies, but again, they're probably not going to go anywhere with it. Overall, though, I mean, like I said, it was a great movie. It was awesome. It was great to get to see it. It was awesome to go see it in a theater. That was the first time I've seen a Dragon Ball Z movie in the theater. And to see so many people there, fans of all ages, from old dudes to young kids to teens, all different parts of the world, and just coming together and excited for it, and like I said, cheering at various points, laughing at all the jokes. It was like being a kid again, and it was a great experience. The movie was great, and I'm glad it came out and that I saw it, even if I'm just a little disappointed that there may not be more. But you never know. I mean, I would say, at least just based on my own theater turnout, that there's clearly a strong interest still in Dragon Ball Z. So I hope the sales figures reflect that when it comes out on Blu-ray. It should. It's certainly worth picking up on Blu-ray. And so we'll have to see where it goes from there. One other thing I forgot to mention that I did like is they actually reference one of the Japanese OVAs that was never really put out in English, which involves Vegeta's little brother. And that one was really goofy and not such a great OVA. However, they referenced things that happened in that exist that aren't necessarily referenced throughout the rest of the animated features. And so it was really cool to see them actually reference something and it be tied together. Which, again, implies there could be cohesion in a lot of directions taken with it, but they may not necessarily do so. Hopefully this was a worthwhile review, despite being spoiler-free. It's always hard to say much without spoiling the movie, however, I don't want to spoil it for you guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. As always, thank you very much for watching. My name's been Adam Repos Fox. You can check out my information in the description below. Subscribe to Geek, subscribe to me, subscribe to everyone, and have a great day. You know, aiming up all over the place, it was ridiculous, so that feature is actually pretty cool. Coming right into the build quality. Again, Logitech's